Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure.
Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another segment of the Dollars to Cents podcast, where we make business make sense. I'm your host, Dr. Travis Davis, and today we're going to be diving into your expectations are too low. That's why you're still broke. So make sure that you guys are tapping in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you got questions about anything that we go over, feel free to comment at any time. But most importantly, share this live feed out with 3 other entrepreneurs or business owners that you know need to change their expectations as well, because we're going to get through that tonight. If you've been grinding but not seeing results, I'm telling you, this is going to be the episode that you want to tune into so we can start to flip that switch. And we're here live each and every week, Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. And this show and segment is for each and every entrepreneur and business owner out there. It's for the folks who are ready to build something real. Not for the crybabies. Ain't that what the president said right there? But anyways, let's get this bad boy started. Don't forget, let us know exactly where you are tuning in from in the comments, whether you're watching live or on replay. You never know who you could be meeting up with, who you can network with. So make sure that you do that. And last but not least, remember, it all starts with you. If you don't believe that you can become a millionaire, it'll never happen. So make sure that you put I am a millionaire down there in the chat. Again, whether you are watching live or watching on replay, because that's how you're going to become the millionaire. It all begins with you. We got a lot to go over today, guys, so hopefully I can get through it all. If for some reason I can't get through it all, then guess what? We'll go ahead and move this over to next Tuesday, so you guys will be able to take advantage of all of the information. Have your notepads, have your pens ready. Of course, all of our videos are saved, so you can always go back and watch it. Let me pull up my LinkedIn really quick here so I can make sure I see if there's any questions that come in those comments. Cool. Got the LinkedIn pulled up there. Now, let's get ready to get this bad boy rolling. Again, today is all about your expectations. I seen a comment on Threads from a very bright individual, Savitri, and she was talking about, making more money, having more problems, and just how do you feel when you make more money? And I actually commented under there about the relationships that I lost, from college relationships to family and friends. And it took me a while, maybe like the last 2 years or so, to realize what I did. Because in the beginning, as I started to grow and generate more wealth for myself, I got frustrated at everybody else. And what I didn't realize, it was because of my expectations. I was expecting someone else to do more for themselves just because I was doing more. I expected everybody around me to get as knowledgeable as I was, to jump out there into entrepreneurship, to learn about budgeting and financing, and they didn't expect it for themselves. And often that's what we do to people all of the time. As we get better, we expect someone else to see what we're doing and to do exactly what we're doing and to take the leap of faith with us, especially those that are closest to us. And again, it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I realized, that's unfair to them. I can't put my expectations on someone else. They have to do it for themselves. And I should have never had business conversations. I should have never had the wealth conversations that I was having with them, that I was trying to force on them. And they never asked me for it. Not one time did they come to me and say, hey, Travis, can you help me do business a little bit better? Can you help me invest? So I was getting frustrated, and so were they. So this whole segment today is not about anybody else's expectations. It's about looking yourself in the mirror and understanding you must expect things from yourself and yourself only. Everything else will fall in line. But once you do raise your expectations because you're here today, you cannot force those on other people that are around you. Instead, you're going to get on this godly internet. You're going to keep tuning into these lives. You're going to get into communities like mine, where you're going to be around like-minded individuals who have those same type of expectations that you seek. And before you know it, everything's going to fall into place for you. So anyways, let's get ready to dive in this bad boy here. Don't forget, if you got any questions, feel free to ask them while we're on this live, as well as make sure that you are hitting that like button, subscribe, and most importantly, we got to share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners right here, right now, tonight. Now, the first thing is your expectations. It ain't just the idea. They run your life whether you know it or not. Expectations move. Every move you make or don't make comes from what you expect will happen. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm telling you right here. If you're not showing up, it's because deep down, you don't think it's going to work. And again, I've coached a lot of people. I've helped a lot of people. And I always wonder, even when they buy my coaching programs or they get involved with my softwares and things of that nature, I can see what you're doing. I can see how many times you log in. I can see how many people you're sending to your website. I can see how many times you're posting. And I constantly see that people aren't doing. You got all the tools right here in front of you, but you're not doing it. And see, the reason is just because you don't believe in yourself. Your expectations aren't for you to win. Your expectations aren't that I myself, I ain't talking me, I'm talking about you. Look at yourself in the mirror. Your expectations aren't that you can put the pieces together for you to win on your own. And again, we're going to change all of this tonight. Your expectations, well, it's your GPS, whether you know it or not. So if you want to go and become a multimillionaire, I'm telling you right now, you got to put together the GPS for that. You got to reroute your expectations. Now, I can tell everybody what their current expectations are. All I got to do is look around you. If you've been in the same area that your parents been in all your life, well, Guess where you got your expectations from? Your parents. The vision that they believed in, it got instilled in you, whether you knew it or not. That's why y'all been in the same place for the last 40 years. Somebody in the circle, somebody in the community has to wake up one day, completely change their expectations, and it's literally going to be outside of the box from everybody else around them. But when you do this, you reroute your GPS. I know that everybody's GPS right now has bad directions. How does it have bad directions? Because it got bad expectations. And when you have bad directions somewhere, guess what ends up happening? You go to a bad destination. It's just that simple. If we can't reroute, so again, if we can't get off this live tonight and reroute this GPS tonight, I'm not talking tomorrow, I'm not talking next week, I'm talking tonight. We start the process of rerouting that GPS. If you're not willing to do that, then I know the direction that you're going to be heading in. And it's not going to be pretty. All right, guys, before we get to the second topic here, let's see who we got in the building. Z, what's happening? Another millionaire in the building. I know Z ready to bring those expectations to another level. My brother, Marty McFly, what's happening, man? I know your expectations is out of the world. Them beautiful babies out there. Hey, you need graphics. You need designs for clothes and things of that nature. Tap in with my brother right here. He's definitely next level with it. Phil, what's going on with you out there in California? I appreciate you for being in the building. And Shay, what's happening with you? I appreciate you for being here tonight too. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this live feed out with 3 other business owners or entrepreneurs that you know need to level up their expectations today. Now, let's get back to it. Most of y'all are trying to win with a fixed mindset. Fixed mindsets play it safe. It lets you do what's comfortable, right? I often hear this all the time, man. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Well, again, I already know. See, I don't argue with people, and I think it frustrates people a lot too because I don't go back and forth. I can hear trigger words because I was there at one point in my life, right where you was. I was there. I was scared. I did have a fixed mindset. But again, I chose a different path. It wasn't easy. I didn't have the internet like it was today. You know, I have people coaching me and having YouTube channels and all that. I had to do all of this solo dolo. So you can imagine how hard it was to transition from this fixed mindset. But this is what I realized. If I don't have a fixed mindset, that has to mean that I have an abundant mindset. See, when you have an abundant mindset, that means that you have to stretch your capacity, right? Because fixed is like right here, or a cup, right? Like it's fixed, especially if I put a lid on the cup, it's fixed. It can't go any more than what's in the cup. But when you realize you have an abundance and you take the lid off, it just keeps running over. And then it'll spill into something else and it'll conform to the shape of that. And then it'll spill over into something else and it'll conform to the shape of that as well, because it's an abundance. Money is of abundance. Ideas, it's of abundance. Opportunities, it's of abundance, contrary to what they're promoting out here on the internet. See, if you want to change that mindset and to change your expectations, you got to be willing to push your limits. See, if you get to the limit and you get scared and you go, oh, well, I'm going to try that out tomorrow, or, I'm going to do that when I'm ready, or I'm going to do that when I get some help. That's not your limit. Your limit goes further. That's what I like about playing sports. And I really like coaching sports as well, because I can take a kid. Remember, I told you, your parents instilled the fixed mindset in you. As you get over to 21, you start adapting your adult parent fixed mindset that they were doing too. But as a kid, you got these coaches and stuff that can start to change that mindset. So when I was coaching these kids on the football field, I always was able to push them past the limit that they couldn't even believe that they could do. And when they made the play, when I took this team from Maryland to the state championship, Forestville, they never been there a day in their life. We took them over there to the state championship. They couldn't believe it. But I had to push them to a limit that they've never, ever seen a day in their life. And before you know it, I mean, again, they was one of the best teams out here in Maryland. So again, I'm going to challenge you guys to push your limits. Again, not tomorrow, but tonight. Entrepreneurs grow, whether you know it or not. Business owners, they grow. You can't be an entrepreneur or a business owner and not grow. You can't make $100 right now and make $100 next year, because that means you didn't grow. If you made $100 right now, I'm expecting you to do $200 next week. If you do $200 next week, I'm expecting you to do 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, right? Because we continue to grow. And here's the thing. If you refuse to grow, well, your money will never outgrow your mindset. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm telling you right now. The bigger your mindset is, the bigger your pockets. If you only believe that you could solve $100 problems, well, you're only ever going to make $100. If you believe that you can walk into a room with fear in your stomach that you could charge somebody $50,000, then guess what will happen? You will charge somebody $50,000, and it will be somebody there. Because what will end up happening is you can't go in the $100 room anymore when you know you got a $50,000 value. So you're not going to go to the local club down the street and ask nobody for $50,000. All of a sudden, the mind has to grow. It has to switch and say, well, maybe if I go to the golf course where people are driving $200,000 cars and pulling up, they got to have $50,000 for me. Maybe I'll go over here to this meeting where I see people in Armani with the Versace suits on and all that. They drinking $28 drinks and they ordering it for everybody. Well, they got to have $50,000 for me. It'll change everything up. But I'm telling you right now, your money will never outgrow your mind. It's impossible. Now, somebody may look up and hit the lottery, okay, and make more money than they've ever imagined before. But what did I tell you? They made more money than they ever imagined. They didn't even believe that they were going to hit the lottery. So guess what happens when they get that money? They lose the money just as fast as they got it, because their mind, they never believed. They never had that shift in themselves to say, hey, I'm supposed to be a multimillionaire. So I hope, again, at the end of this call tonight, that you guys are going to be a multimillionaire. Somebody drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you are ready to change and raise the level of your mindset so your money can match the mind. Literally, it's that simple. And if y'all don't believe me, just look at all the people with a job. What do they tell you all the time? Well, this is my job title. This is what I expect to get paid. See how that works? I got a job title and I expect to get paid what the system told me I deserve as that job title. Well, that's not how this thing called money works. That's not how the mind operates. I told you the mind is of abundance. The mind should be able to grow as much as you want it to grow. But if you stop it at your $32 an hour, that's all it can do. But if you accept the $32 an hour and you say, hey, I'm only here for a year. I only took this $32 an hour so I could be here for a year so I could learn how to do X, Y, and Z. But the plan next year, we're not doing $32 an hour no more. I got to be able to make $280,000 a year. Well, see, your mind is starting to grow. But I can just count, man. It's an unlimited number of people who don't accept that. And that's okay. I'm not here to argue with them. I'm here to educate y'all. I don't sit here and argue with fools all day long. Instead, I invest into the people that really want to make those changes. The third one here. Fear is always there, but you got to do it anyway. People stop waiting for fear to go away. Well, let me tell you, it's a spoiler alert. It ain't never going absolutely nowhere. I'll give you guys an example. I've been in business for 11 plus years right now. We have one of the times that I've never seen in my life going on. All of my federal government contracts got canceled. Do you think that is not a fearful situation? Absolutely it is. But guess what I haven't done? Go in the corner and cry about it. Instead, we got up and we found new clients. We started doing different work. I started changing and making a pivot in my business to start talking more about the AI that I've been working on for the last 2-3 years. I just never talked about it in the public like this. Well, now it's time to make the pivot, to shift, and to talk about it, because government's still in AI, right? But I got to be willing to make that pivot right there and say, hey, I'm not scared of what the president is creating. I'm not scared of what Elon Musk is talking about. It's happening to everybody. So why do I think it shouldn't happen to me? But that don't mean that we crumble. That means that we pivot. And since I got this abundance mindset, I know I can make it. Fear is the number one emotion in business, whether you guys know it or not. See, when it comes to business, business ain't about making money. I'm going to say this again. When it comes to business, business is not about making money. You're in the business of managing your fears. Right? The money's going to come. I told you it's of abundance. There's so many problems out here in this world. There's so many opportunities out here in this world. But can you get past your fear that's going to allow you to push your limits? You have to be able to run the play scared. You have to be able to walk into that meeting shaking in your boots. You have to right now, today, launch that thing that you kept doubting yourself about. You have to do it now, scared, afraid, nervous, because it's never going to go anywhere. 11 plus years in business, I still get scared every day. I may just not show it out there into the public streets, but I'm telling you right now, I've never met a business owner that isn't fearful. Again, I harp back on Savitri on Threads. You guys can go read this if you get on Threads. But she made a comment that she knew somebody that just won a multi-billion-dollar contract last year. Now, you want to talk about something scary. They won a multi-billion-dollar contract. Now, I know from doing government contracts for over 11 years, in order to win a multi-billion-dollar contract, you probably had to work towards that about 2 years early, which means it took a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of resources to win that contract. They won it, in a year in it, the government's taking it away. I'm almost for certain that that company is probably working at a loss because of what happened right there. They didn't have enough time to recoup all of the money that it took to win that project just to get it pulled out from up under them. That's scary. But guess what? I'm pretty sure that company is not doing? Closing their doors. I'm telling you right now, you cannot be in business if you're not ready to manage your fear. That's what business is all about. You can run from it and you won't be there. Or you can embrace it, and I'm telling you, you'll probably have a business that's going to strive for years to come, because fear never goes anywhere. Don't forget, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this live feed out with 3 other entrepreneurs or business owners that you know need to manage their expectations better. We got about 10 things that I'm going to go through tonight. Hopefully I can get through all of them in an hour. If not, we will roll it over into next Tuesday. Put a fire emoji down there in the chat so far if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. If you are ready to change and level up your expectations when we get off this call tonight, I need to see those fire emojis dropping down there in those comments. That's the only way that I understand that you are picking up what I'm putting down. And I'll tell you, what I talk about ain't for everybody. I often make a lot of people upset. They go, Travis, You too straight with what you say. You too direct with what you say. I even had somebody offer to be like the Key and Peele person. If you guys ever seen that thing with Obama, where Obama said something and Key and Peele was translating into a different tone. They offered to translate softer for me. I don't want to do that. I'm not here for the people who want to hear things softly. There's plenty of people on the internet for that. I like to get straight to the point because I ain't got time for the crying. My expectations don't allow me to hear crying. Because guess what? Everybody, like, I could tell you 5 things that happened just today that I could cry about if I wanted to, but guess what? Who cares? You think time is going to stop because I'm crying about my problems? No. Do you think somebody else's problems that need to get solved are going to stop because I'm crying and I got things going on in my life? No, they still need their problem solved. So I got to be direct like this because I expect to create millionaires in my community. And hey, softness ain't going to get you there, but leveling up those expectations will. Now, your business won't grow if you don't. The base of your business is not your logo. It's not your offer. It's not your website. It's you. How do I start off each one of these lives? Put in the comments, I am a millionaire. And what do I say? You will never be a millionaire if you don't expect to be a millionaire. When you put it in the comments, it ain't for me. I've already been through this drill before. You know how many times I commented, I am a millionaire? And then it happened. Because every time I wrote, I am a millionaire, and I looked at it, I expected to become what I kept writing. You think I just wrote it for the sake of it? So somebody could be excited? I could care less if people read my comment that I am a millionaire. I could care less if the presenter on the stage understood that I'm the person that keep commenting under there, I am a millionaire. I did not care. It was for me to see and for me to believe. Because do you know what happens if I go look back a year from now and realize that I didn't meet my expectations? I get disappointed. I get disappointed, and then I look myself in the mirror, and then I say, well, Travis, you had 365 days to do it, 24 hours a day, over 2,080 hours. What was you doing? Because $1 million ain't hard to achieve if you expect to do it. And then you take the actions to get it done. So if you don't hit the $1 million, it's nobody else's fault but you. All of this stuff, it starts with you. Personal development. I want you guys to really take a note of this. And you can go to travisknows.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom of travisknows.com. That's KNOWS, travisknows.com. Go all the way to the bottom. You will see my reading list. One of the biggest things that I did to change my expectations, to get me out of the circle of people that was around me, the family and friends that they refused to level up their expectations. They refused to change their mindset about how things was working for them. All they started to look at how things worked against them. The one thing that changed my life is I started reading more. You have to work on your personal development just as much as you work on your business development, because they both go hand in hand. The business can't grow if you don't grow. When you do grow, the business has no choice but to grow. And I'm telling you right now, in order for you to grow, you need to read more than you scroll on Instagram. You need to read more than you watch videos on YouTube. You need to read more than you commenting on them blog posts all the time. How many books have you read this year so far? Because we already into the second quarter of this year. Matter of fact, I want you guys to put in the comments and be honest. Ain't nothing going. Look, I can't do anything to harm you. I can only help you. I want you to put the number of books that you have read thus far in the comments. It's okay if it's 0. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't start reading, and I didn't say listen to an audio book. I didn't tell you to listen to a podcast. By all means, you should be listening to business podcasts. And hey, ain't nothing wrong with listening to the audiobook, but you better be reading that book as well as listening to that audiobook. You should have a game plan that at least 30 minutes a day I'm reading. It's really this simple. I got people all the time, Travis, I can't afford your prices. Well, do you think I'm going to change my price? You could have read a book just like I did. I told you go to travisknows.com and go to the reading list when I didn't have money for the mentor. Well, come to find out there was mentors and books. All I had to do to read the book, I changed my expectations. I expected to make more money because I knew how to do more things now. After I read those books and I implemented what the book told me to do, and I kept trying over and over and over again until I got it. Once I got it, my expectations that I thought would happen, well, I succeeded my expectations. Once I finally got the money, I got the coach. The one that I told myself that I couldn't afford, well, I kept telling myself I couldn't afford it because my expectation is that I can never make $25,000 to just give to a coach. The only time I ever seen big purchases like that made in my community was for a car or for a house. For somebody to spend $25 on education outside of school that we took the loans out, that's not talked about in our community. It's not talked about because nobody in the community is reading those books. Nobody in the community is doing personal development. Nobody in the community has expectations of abundance. So you got to be that person. You have to be that one that's seeking that change. Do more reading than you do scrolling on Instagram. And again, watch how your expectations level up. I see my man Hamza in the building. What's going on with you, Hamza? I appreciate you being here tonight, man. Make sure y'all check out my brother Hamza. Definitely, again, if somebody else in government contracting, by all means, Hamza is a brother that I trust like no other. Global leader right there. Make sure y'all check him out. What's happening with you, Global? Anyways, topic 5. Real talk. Most of you start with fantasy expectations. Oh, my goodness. Most of y'all start with fantasy expectations. You thought you'd be rich in 6 months. You thought they just hand you a government contract because you signed up for sam.gov because you listen to these fools over there that talk about you don't need to do nothing. It's just government contracts just waiting for everybody once you get signed up. And I know this is because people are always telling me, I signed up on sam.gov. I don't know what to do next. Well, that's because, again, you living in this fantasy world right here. You can't come up with fantasy expectations, guys, because here's the thing. When you have those fantasy expectations and you can't hit it, you immediately lose motivation. Unmanaged expectations kill motivation, whether you know it or not. This is why I hate when I hear people talk about, I'm going to be a multimillionaire this year. You ain't made $100,000 yet. Why do you think you deserve to be a multimillionaire? You haven't put together the small pieces to get the whole pie. But yet, just because you watch one video of me, you think that you could just go out there and win $5 million. It don't work like that. Contrary to what they tell you on the internet. Those are what we call fantasy expectations. But what you can do in the next 6 months is make 2 times as much as you made last year. Very easily. See, these are managed expectations. Because if I can double up what I did in 1 year in half the year, well, that means that we should 4X it in a year. You see how this happens? And what you'll realize, it doesn't take 365 days to earn the amount of money that you earned last year. When you really start cracking away at it, you're going to end up eventually making what you made in a year in 30 days. Will it happen overnight? No. But again, if I put together a game plan to double the amount of money that I made in the next 365 days, what you'll see is, man, I only got to make like $250 a day. I only got to make like $75 a day. Then the question becomes, okay, well, when I woke up today, how many times did I try to sell $75 worth of something? You see how this stuff works? How many times did I wake up today and call somebody that could change my life? How does somebody change your life? It ain't talking on the phone. It's completing a transaction. How many people did you offer your services to each and every day? Because that is how we change our expectations. I expect 3 people to check out with me today. If I expect 3 people to check out with me today, I can't just call 3. I probably got to call 30 at minimum. But sometimes you may have to call 60. And that's okay if you don't hit the 3. Maybe out of the 60, you just hit 1. But guess what? If I try to reach out to 60 and just hit 1 tomorrow, I'm not going to do the same dumb stuff that I did the previous day because it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. That don't mean I'm not going to reach out to 60 more people. It just means that I'm going to change the way that I try to talk to 60 people. Maybe I don't call 60 people on the phone. Maybe I go show up in person where 60 people are sitting in a room and watch how things change. Because I still got to talk to 60 people. It's just the form that I got to talk to them in. See, these things get simple. You get in rooms with people who've done it 10 times bigger than you ever expected yourself to do. And you have no choice but to see what it really takes to get to where you want to be. I've never met a successful person that don't leave clues. I've never met a successful person that don't leave crumbs behind that you can take with you. But the problem is you don't get in the rooms with those people. You're too scared. You let fear keep you outside the door. You let fear of your cousin, your brother, your mother, your father say them white folks ain't letting you in that room. That's their fear, not reality. You can't allow somebody else's past to tell you about your present. I know I got to get in that room. I'm going to get in that room. I know the people in that room are living the life that I want to live. I'm going to figure out how to get myself inside of that room because it's a door that stops a person from getting in the room and out of the room. Don't we all know how to open a door? So how am I going to say that the door can't open for me when I know how doors work? It may be locked, but it got a key. I need to go find out what the key is, but I'm going to get in that room. See, that's the difference between having this abundant mindset and this fixed mindset that I'm talking about. That community that you've been around with that fixed mindset saying the door is always shut. See, when you have an abundance mindset, you may say the door got shut on me today, but I'll be damned if it ain't going to open up tomorrow. And if for some reason I can't get it open tomorrow, I'm going to go find the person in 3 days that can open the door for me in 4 days. Because the janitor got all the keys on the ring. I just got to find the janitor. Before you know it, you realize there's like 50 janitors out here that got the key to the room. You just had to raise your voice so they could hear you. Can't nobody unlock a door for you if they can't hear that you need to get into the room, which is crazy to me. You know how many deals that I've done because people have heard me on the internet utilizing my voice? And they go, well, Travis, I got the key over there. Let me introduce you. Thank you. I can't believe that people ain't using their social media accounts, this godly internet out here to level themselves up. Instead, they keep dancing on it and watching what's going on with the administration, what's going on with Kanye, what they talking about academics and Drake and Kendrick and all this stuff that's wasting their damn time. When that ain't what the man upstairs created his internet for. He created it for you to realize the abundance is sitting at the palm of your hand. The life change has been sitting right in front of you this whole time. You just ain't been taking advantage of it. Man, I got to keep moving. I told you we got a lot of stuff to get over, and I'm over here playing around. Somebody drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if y'all picking up what I'm putting down so far. I don't know if y'all picking it up yet. Hopefully y'all picking it up. The next one. Faith is great, but it has to be now faith. Ooh, I hope y'all understand that. Faith is great, but it has to be now faith. Hebrews 11 says now faith. That means today. Not when the stars align. Not when you feel ready. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me give you another instance. You know how many times I don't want to wake up and go work out? I don't get that choice. I got to do it when my body is sore. I got to do it when I feel weak. It has to get done because I got to have faith right now. How you expect to lose weight and you ain't got faith in the actions that you take right now? People talking about, I got to wait till the summertime. I got to wait till the weather break. I got to wait till somebody gets there. I got to wait till the right person is in office. I got to wait till I come across money. I got to wait till I finish my school. I got to wait till I get this certification. What are you talking about? That is not true. You don't wait for nothing. You do it now and you learn from your actions. Faith without works is dead. How many times have you guys heard that? Put a me in the chat if you've ever heard faith without works is dead. Because you're going to learn as you do. You don't learn sitting on the sideline. Y'all can see on the news they was arguing about Bronny James. Bronny James ain't no good. Well, what did LeBron keep doing? Put him in the game. He didn't want his son sitting on the sideline in the bench. You can't learn from that position. I got to put you in the fire while people are talking about you. You got the broadcaster just trashing the boy's name. You could just go on any social media and scroll. They trashing the boy's name. But what did he do? He kept shooting. Shot some air balls, missed some layups, got the ball stolen from him. But how did he finish off? All of a sudden, everybody changed their tone about Bronny James. Now, all of a sudden, Bronny James might can do this. Do you think Bronny cared about what anybody said? Bronny had faith in himself, and he didn't have later faith. He had right now faith. Put me on the court and watch me go to work. That's how you need to be operating. You want to get put on the court and watch you go to work. But see, the beauty about this thing called life, ain't nobody got to put you on the court. You put yourself on the court every single day that the man upstairs gave you the ability to open your eyes, to talk, to walk, to get out there, shake hands and kiss babies. He gave you that ability. It's plenty of people out here who can't see at all, and they don't even use that as an excuse. There's plenty of people out here who have no voice, and they don't use that as an excuse. They start writing. You got all functions of your body working and your ass still coming up with excuses. You got to have faith right now that you can do this. Faith without works is dead. Don't tell me you believe if you refuse to move your feet. I see people in government contracting all the time. Government contracting ain't working for me. I have one simple question for them. How many contracts are you looking at? They tell me none. Well, your ass ain't doing nothing. What you think? Because you keep watching videos about government contracting that's doing something? It's only one way to do government contracting. You either submit the quote or you submit the proposal. Outside of that, I don't know what else you're doing. So if you ain't got no contract in front of your face, you ain't moving your feet to me. Instead, you coming up with excuses of your own lack of confidence in yourself. You have no faith, and I can't fix that. You got to believe in yourself. Next, your vision better come from you, not culture. Don't let CNN, the algorithm, or some broke friend give you your vision. That is impossible. You can never, ever have a vision that is someone else's and expect to accomplish it. Didn't I tell you we're going to change your expectations tonight? How the the heck can you expect yourself to do what somebody else sees? How the heck can you expect yourself to do what the man upstairs gave somebody else a vision to do? Keep watching all these entertainers talking about, I expect to get the boats and the cars and the clothes and the girls that they got. That ain't your vision. See, every time you take a shower or you go to the bathroom first thing in the morning or you driving to work or driving back home, I'm pretty sure the man upstairs, he keep trying to send you these signals that you ain't picking up because you keep sitting on Instagram watching everybody else's life. And you keep watching their life to come up with your vision while he was trying to tell you how you should be living the whole time, but you keep refusing it because you keep watching everybody else. Vision should be something you see, and it should hit you emotionally. I'm telling you right now, I have a vision of making multimillionaires. Why the heck do y'all think I get on this live each and every week? Do y'all think I really like doing this? Do y'all think I really like creating content all the time, yelling at y'all, cursing and all this extra stuff? I don't like doing this stuff, but I'm emotionally invested into the vision that the man upstairs gave me. I'm tied to this. I don't know anything else to do. I see what people do. Trust me, I tried to live the life and the vision of somebody else, and I almost killed myself 3 times. The man upstairs gave me a whole lot of money, and I got away from the vision that I believed in just so I could go party and do other people's vision. And he sat me down, but he didn't take me away. And I finally woke up and realized, well, wait a minute, man, that wasn't my vision. That wasn't the conversation that I had with him. I'm out here trying to live a rapper's lifestyle, when the whole time, everything that I ever wanted was sitting right in front of me. I just had to tap back into my vision, not somebody else's. If your vision doesn't move you emotionally, it's not a vision. It ain't your vision. I'm telling you this right now. If you can't get emotional about a vision, it's not yours. Instead, you just got a to-do list each and every day. You go to these conferences, you watch them boys in Atlanta, you watch their vision, and they gave you a to-do list on how to get to their vision. That's why you don't wake up and get it done every day, because you didn't come up with it. You're still living somebody else's lifestyle. Once we start tapping into our own vision, you start to realize your own capabilities here. Desire alone don't bring results. Expectations do. I'm going to repeat that. Desire alone does not bring results. Expectations do. Wanting success is cute. Expecting success is a completely different story. Expectations pull you into action. Desire without expectations just creates frustration. Didn't I tell you, when you wake up every day on a mission, you're going to take the action to get the results that you want? If you desire to be a multimillionaire, you don't really care if you don't hit it today. Like, how many people, put me in the chat, how many people do you know you heard say that I'm going to make $1 million and 3, 4, 5 years later, and they still ain't nowhere near $1 million? Instead, they still worried about, which I'm not saying that they shouldn't be worried about, but they're more focused on tariffs right now or whatever the president is saying instead of tapping back into their own expectations. Put a me in the chat if you know those type of people. It could be you too. It was me at one point in my life. I always wanted to be a multi-millionaire. Watch the drug movies. I wanted a sports athletic contract. That's the only reason why I did football. You thought I played football because I liked football? No, I played football because I seen that was a way that I could become a multimillionaire, is if I got a football contract. Well, guess what the man upstairs did to me to make it known, Travis, you ain't never going to be a professional football player. He shattered my leg. He completely turned my leg the opposite way. It was a freak accident. I still don't know how it happened today, but he shut that completely down because that wasn't the vision for me. That wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And you talk about crushed. I was hurt. If my man Ricky was on here, man, they had to have an intervention for me. That's how much I was hurt. I couldn't believe that I couldn't walk no more, let alone run. I'll never forget when I was in the hospital, when the doctor was about to, first they twisted my leg back around and the doctor that needed to do the surgery couldn't come for another day. When he came, I said, Doc, how long am I going to be down before I could play football again? His words to me, he looked me dead in my eyes. He gave me a little giggle. You know how doctors, they just be saying anything and they don't really care if it hurts your feelings or not. He gave me a giggle and goes, Travis, playing football again, I'm just trying to hope that you can walk regular. Do you know what that did to an 18-year-old in the hospital who never been hurt a day in their life? To hear that, wait a minute, I was expecting myself to get back up and run and play football, but the doctor told me, well, you may not even walk right no more. I didn't go to physical therapy like I was supposed to. I did more harm to myself because I was lying in sorrow, feeling bad about myself, saying, why did this have to happen to me, that I didn't go to physical therapy and my legs started healing back wrong. 9 surgeries later, because of my own fault, the leg finally got back right. It looked nasty. I got lumps and stuff in my leg, but it's functioning pretty well. I can run, walk, jump, do it all. The doctor still don't know how it happened like that. Because I finally realized, well, football ain't for me, but if I can run and walk, I can get out in these streets, shake hands and kiss babies. And during that whole process, the football coach, Coach Faison, I don't like him till today. Me and Virginia State's athletic department, we got a whole nother problem going on. But they introduced me to contracts. See how all this started to work? They tried to take my scholarship away. What did I have to do? I had to read the contract. Come to find out, athletic scholarships, they're just like government contracts. You get your first base year, and then the rest of the years are options. Well, that's a government contract. My very first contract that I read was my scholarship that they tried to take from me. I read the words and understood how to fight it. Little did I know that was going to bring me back to government contracting. See, the vision started to align. My expectations started to change. I no longer expected to be an NFL player. I still expected to be a multimillionaire, but I realized I could do it through contracts. Do you know what I did when I was in school because I changed my expectations? I found out that every single university, and I'm not talking about private universities, public universities, state universities, are government contracts. While I was in school, I started selling all the products to Virginia State because I realized by me getting in the system, living in Virginia, I was a state-based company and I could now sell products to this customer that could only purchase through a state-based company. Who else knew how to get the products better than the person boots on the ground? I knew exactly what products the school needed it, and I knew exactly how to sell it to them without ever having to reveal who I was. They were purchasing through the company, not through Travis. And that's how we started to take off in government contracting. Once again, expectations pull you into action. Desire without expectations, it just creates frustration for you. Now, what we got next here? Anxiety equals energy wasted on bad vision. Procrastination is a symptom. The root cause, you're anxious about what may go wrong. And I tell people this all the time. You know, ain't nobody coming for you and you ain't got no money. I say this because everybody be so scared. I be having people ask me, like, what insurances do I need in place? What do I need to have this in place, that in place? You ain't made no money. Ain't nobody coming for you. Contrary to what the internet tell you about making sure you protect yourself on this and you got to have a will. How you going to have a will and you ain't got nothing to put in the will? How you going to have a family trust and you ain't got no family wealth? What you need to worry about having insurances for and you ain't got no money that nobody trying to get? Why are you scared that you may got the wrong website developed and ain't nobody bought nothing from you yet? How you got to fear that somebody's going to take your knowledge and information, your IP, so now all of a sudden you out here taking your last dollar trying to get things copyrighted, trying to get it trademarked and all that good stuff, and you ain't sold it one time. Don't nobody care about your course. Don't nobody care about your IP. I don't know why you keep listening to these people on the internet. Do you know who they want IP from? People who actually sell things. People who actually generate a large community. When you start to do that, then guess what happens? Money starts coming in and it opens up new problems. Well, the beauty is we got this money to solve that problem. But I don't know why y'all think y'all got all these problems right now and ain't nobody ever bought nothing from you. You ain't got nobody to follow the direction in nothing that you've ever done in life outside of the people that's been around you all your life. And they question you too. So why you think somebody over here worried about what you doing on the internet? That's impossible. You got to start taking action. What I want you to do is flip it. I want you to put energy on a future that's desirable and watch what starts to happen. See, if you put more energy into becoming the millionaire instead of all the energy of people trying to take your imaginary millions, you'll get to it. You have to put the energy into the future you. The you that's going to become a better person than you've ever been in your life. How do I know you're going to become a better person than the person you've ever been in your life? Because you've been the same person for the last 15 years. You've been making the same amount of money waiting for somebody to give you a pay raise instead of giving your own self a pay raise. You keep waiting for these white men to come into your neighborhood and save you when you could have went into your own neighborhood and saved it. You keep waiting for somebody to hand you something when you could have just went and took it. At some point, you got to look yourself in the mirror and stop blaming everybody else for your lack of success. I'm telling you right now, if you flip the energy towards the better you that's going to happen in the future when you get off this live tonight, the better you, things will start to work out 10 times faster than you ever imagined. Trust me, it always works like that. We got 2 more to get through. And what you need to do moving forward is you need to get under some mentorship. Now, the beauty about this thing called mentorship, man, it can cost. It cannot cost. I got tons of people that have been following me on YouTube, watching my videos, never purchased one thing, and they call me their mentor. Kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? I told you in the beginning, I wanted to have a few mentors, but I couldn't pay for it. Come to find out, they wrote a book. So I started reading their book. And you know what I did after I read their book? This is a trick that I did that all of you guys can do. After I read their book, I wrote a summary about my feelings of reading their book. And then I DM'd them. I sent them a message on LinkedIn. You'd be surprised at the people that responded back. Come to find out, they enjoy hearing that somebody read their book. They respond faster than me saying, hey, can you help me do X, Y, and Z? When I told them that I read their book and my takeaways from their book, they said, Travis, I appreciate it. What else do you need? I didn't even know I could ask you for anything else. I was just trying to tell you that I appreciated the book. But come to find out, They understood that they put a mentorship in that book. And they was just waiting for the mentee to tell them what they just read. I still wait till today for people to tell me about the contracts that they reading. I don't want to hear that you got registered on sam.gov. I mean, kudos to you, but that don't make no money. I don't give a damn if you got your certification. Kudos to you. But getting a certification don't make no money. I don't even know why people get so excited. I be seeing comments, I got my women-owned certification. So? You know how many people got a women-owned certification? That doesn't make any money. What you so excited for? You know what I mean? People, I got accepted into the club. You got accepted to what? Oh, you got accepted in something you got to spend more money in? You still ain't made no money. And people, well, it ain't all about the money. Well, why you keep trying to work so hard to get that money then? The prize can be paid for with the money. It's something that you seek in this life, whether you want a bigger house, you want to retire your wife, your mother, you want to make sure your kids got everything, it got a cost to it. I don't know how you do any of that without having money. But see, if we know how much the cost is of the life that we see ourselves in, our vision, the faster you can achieve it. Because I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure 99.99% of the people that listen to me don't need Elon Musk type money. We would all enjoy it. Don't get it twisted. I would enjoy me some Elon Musk money, but I don't need it. God obviously didn't have me the vision to have Elon Musk type money, or else he would have been gave it to me. But I'm pretty sure right now, if we can make $10 million, a lot of you guys would be excited and your life would change. How many of you life would change if you made $10 million right now? Put a fire emoji in the chat if $10 million could change your life right now. Better yet, how many of you could $1 million change your life right now? Just $1 million. If you had $1 million, put a me in the chat if that could change your life right now. And what you'll realize is I could go get $1 million a whole lot faster than I can go get Elon Musk type money, because my vision is the $1 million vision. And what's going to happen if you take what I've been telling you? If you want $1 million, you go find somebody that's doing 10 million. If you want 10 million, you go find somebody that's doing 100 million. If you want 100 million, you go find somebody that's doing 1 billion. When you find these individuals, because you've never had anybody around you that did this before, so we have to seek somebody that's living the life that we see ourselves living in our own vision. Because trust me, whatever vision pops into your head, somebody's already doing it out here. And it's a lot of people doing it out here. We got to go find them. We got to get under their mentorship and their guidance. And the reason why is because we got to copy their blueprint. We got to live the life that they're living. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. The man upstairs did not tell us to reinvent the wheel. We're going to find the person that's making $10 million the way that we see ourselves making $10 million based off the vision that he keeps instilling in us. And I'm telling you, a plethora of people are out here doing exactly what the vision you see yourself doing and generating the revenue that you see yourself generating. Once you find them, we are going to copy them. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to copy how they walk. We're going to copy how they talk. We're going to copy the hours that they sleep. See, some people sleep 8 hours. Some people sleep 4 hours. Some people sleep 12 hours. Some people dead. We are going to mimic everything they do. If they're vegetarian, we're vegetarians. If they go vegan, we going vegan. If they take 3 trips a year, we taking 3 trips a year. If they married, we getting married. If they got kids, We gonna have kids at some point. It should be in the vision. I ain't telling you just have them right now, just have kids. But what I'm trying to tell you is the success leaves clues for you to pick up and copy it. And if you just understand that method, you will no longer do the mistake that I told you guys I did in the beginning with my friends, my family, my loved ones. You will no longer look at them and expect them to change. You will no longer look at them and expect them to become better people. Instead, you'll wake up every single day and look yourself in the mirror and start expecting yourself to become like the person that you're willing to copy. To become like the person that the man upstairs showed you and said, this is your blueprint of what you need to follow. You'll ask the questions to the people who are living the life that you want to live. You must seek these individuals out. Because if you don't, you'll never have a blueprint to get to where you want to be. Instead, you're always going to be living the lifestyle and the vision of the people who've been around you all your life. And it's usually your parents at the end of the day, whether you know it or not. Once again, guys, before I wrap up, if you got value from this, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to like this video. I want you to share this out with somebody that you know is hungry to change their vision. And I want you to subscribe to the channel. Whether you're watching on LinkedIn or you're watching on Instagram, I need you to get over to YouTube because YouTube is the one that pays me. And I need you to make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I'll be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone going over government contracting, as you know we do on Wednesdays. So if you got government contracting questions, you definitely want to tune in for tomorrow. And by you subscribing to the channel, well, guess what? You'll be alerted when we do open those up. So if you're serious about building wealth without going viral, well, then you don't want to miss out on government contracting because we ain't got to dance in no videos. We ain't got to sing songs or whatnot. All we got to do is read contracts and respond to them. It's not a sexy niche to be in, but boy, it pays pretty well. And Thursdays, we dive in to SB Money Flow, AI, tools and systems that's going to help you grow. So make sure you guys, again, you're tuned in. Until then, keep stacking that knowledge, keep stacking that money, and keep stacking them books that I know each and every one of you guys should be reading. Drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys picked up anything that I put down today. I see we got a lot of fire emojis down there in the chat. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me here today. I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you all. Don't give up. Believe in yourself because I believe in each and every one of you. I'll talk with you all tomorrow. Don't forget this goes off when the music goes off. Y'all have a blessed night.
It's just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. Swish. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag pure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no rev long.